Pre-game festivities have concluded, and it's nearly time to play ball. Hello and a big welcome in from Frank Mann Field in Alexandria, Virginia, as your Southern Maryland Senators look to bounce back and finish this four-game road trip on a high note against an Alexandria Aces team trying to revert to their winning ways. So glad you can join us on a beautiful Sunday night from Alexandria. Senators come into this one with a 9-13 record on the season, 6 games back of the division-leading Aces, who hold the record of 15-7. We are just about ready to do battle from Frank Mann Field. Let's tell you a little bit about the pitcher for Alexandria this evening. It's Kyle Miller, the 6'5" sophomore out of Longwood University. Leading things off this evening for Southern Maryland is Logan Tribble. Last night he came in as a defensive replacement for Rowan Putz. The first pitch of the game misses high for ball one. Tribble's a redshirt freshman out of Wofford College, originally from Bradenton, Florida. The 1-0 offering. Misses at the lettering of Tribble for ball two. Miller making his 6th appearance on the season. Kicks and fires. Grounder to short. Misplaying it as Robertson. Throw across the diamond. Won't be in time. Tribble reaches on an E6. And early offense for Southern Maryland. Nathan Brewer steps into the box for the first time tonight. Sun is slowly beginning to set in Alexandria. Tribble leads off of first. The pitch is well away. Brewer taking. Miller toes the first base side of the rubber, comes set at the belt, and delivers home a fastball high. Hitter-friendly count to Nathan Brewer. Batting .325 on the season. Kicks and deals. Catches the outer half for strike one. 2 nights ago, Brewer hit a 2 RBI double in the 4th inning, which helped lift the Senators to victory over the DC Grays. Last night, Southern Maryland lost quickly. We'll check on the runner at first. It was a game that they had led early on 4-2 heading into the 6th inning. A huge bottom half of the 6th for Metro South County, which led them to victory. Pitch misses down in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. And this is exactly what you want to see from Southern Maryland. Trying to bounce back from that loss last night. Get some early offense going. The 3-1 is too high. Brewer takes and will advance Tribble 90 feet. Runners on first and second for the Senators. No outs in the top of 1. That brings up Carter Groen. And man, did he have himself a night yesterday. 2 home runs, which drove in 4 RBIs. .370 batting average on the season and 7 home runs so far this year. First and second for the Senators. Miller comes set. First pitch to Groen misses high. Miller struggling to find the zone at the moment. Kicks and fires. And at the belt for a strike. Count even. Groen with 17 RBIs has Tribble in scoring position at the moment. The 1-1 A wave and a miss for strike two. Groen out of Iona University. The pitch is well outside. Miller mixing in some off speed early in the game. Sets and delivers. Down in the dirt, pitch will get past the catcher DePaulo. Runners advance 90 feet. Count full to Groen with 2 ducks on the pond. Second and third for the Senators. No outs in the top of 1. Miller picks up the rosin bag, plays with it in his hands before stepping onto the rubber. Comes set. The payoff pitch. Swung on and foul tipped. DePaulo unable to come up with it. Had it in his glove for a moment. The 3-2 offering. Hit high and deep to left center field. Over is Allen. Runners will advance. Scoring easily is Tribble, and Brewer will advance to third. Senators, the first to strike from Frank Mann Field. They lead it 1-0. And to continue what I was saying from earlier, Carter Groen has just been so productive recently for the Senators. That gives way to Ian Kennedy with Nathan Brewer standing aboard third. First pitch is at the chin of Kennedy, a ball. He's the redshirt junior out of Douglasville, Georgia. Plays college ball for Michigan. The 1-0 is just below the knees for ball 2. Wiggles the bat above his right shoulder. Sets and deals. Bouncer to third. Brewer's going home. It takes a bad hop and over the glove of Harity. Kennedy safe at first, and another comes home to score for Southern Maryland. They've got an early 2-0 lead. And 2 errors for the Aces have proven costly. Harity was seemingly going to play the routine grounder, took a bad hop right on the edge of the grass where it meets with the dirt. Nate McHugh, the new batter for the Senators. First pitch swinging, and that'll get down into right field. First and second for Southern Maryland yet again. One away, 2-0. Your score from Alexandria. Mikey Guy swinging a hot bat. Hit a 2-run shot in the 4th inning yesterday versus Metro South County. Kicks and deals. Outside for ball 1. Versus the Grays on Friday, Guy recorded a hit and 5 trips to the plate. The 1-0 is bounced foul. Hit the leg of DePaulo, so we'll break for a moment as the umpire gives him some time to recover and hands the ball off to Kyle Miller. Still has only recorded the 1 out on a sacrifice fly from Carter Groen. Kennedy at second, McHugh at first. 1-1 the count to Guy. Miller sets at the belt and deals. In the dirt, DePaulo blocks it. 2 balls and a strike. Guy is playing in his 2nd season with the Senators. Led the team in batting average a year ago. The 2-1 is popped foul and just misses a car out in the parking lot. Count even to Guy. Senators were in the playoffs last season, currently last place in the South Division, trying to shake things up and change that. The 2-2. High chopper to short. Robertson throws to second. They get 1. Throw to first won't be in time. Runners at the corners for the Senators. Owen DeShazo, the next man to bat, stands 6'6", out of Glen Allen, Virginia. Last night he was 0 for 3 and walked once. Guy and Kennedy at the corners. High bouncer to short. Robertson's got it. Throw to first will not be in time. DeShazo beat it out. Kennedy will come home to score. 3-0. Your Senators in the lead. This Southern Maryland team is feeling good right now. In comes the 8-hole hitter, Kai Queen. Came in late in yesterday's game. First pitch is a center cut slider for strike 1. Queen, the freshman out of Norfolk State University. The 0-1 offering. Bounced down the third base line, a foul. Kyle Miller trying to get out of this first inning without surrendering more damage to the Senators lineup. 3-0 the score. Top of the first, 2 away. First and second for Southern Maryland. Miller sets and fires the 1-1. Well high. Queen takes easily. One, two, the count to Queen. The pitch. Swung through a miss for strike 3. Senators put up a 3 spot to begin the game. They're feeling good in Alexandria. We'll be back in a moment. Jacob Seek, your starter for Southern Maryland, out of Bozeman, Maryland, attends San Jacinto College. Rather, is set to attend there in the fall. Just ended his time in high school. Seek has been one of the regular starters for Southern Maryland. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Sam Robertson in the leadoff spot for Alexandria. Robertson had a pair of strikeouts and 2 walks when the teams first played each other. Sees ball 1. Robertson batting .233 this season. Plays college ball at Auburn University. The pitch misses outside for ball 2. Kicks and fires. Center cut fastball for strike 2. Count even to the leadoff hitter Robertson. Stands 6'2" from Anniston, Alabama. The 2-2 offering is just outside and runs the count full. This Aces team has been so good this season. Have lost 2 in a row just once. The payoff pitch is just below the knees. Robertson able to work a 6-pitch walk. Up comes Riley DeCandido, hitting .319 with a home run and 20 RBIs. Has been one of the more dangerous bats for Alexandria. Lefty on lefty matchup. Kicks and deals. Yanked into foul ground. Had the distance on that one, but just foul. DeCandido playing first base this evening for Alexandria. The 0-1. Skied out of play. Guy over, but won't have room to make the catch. No balls and 2 strikes. Robertson definitely has the ability to swipe a bag. Has stolen 10 bases to this point in the year. Seat comes set. And the pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. DeCandido battling at the dish. He was rated as the number 4 first baseman by Perfect Game in the state of Virginia coming out of high school. Highly touted recruit. The 0-2 offering. DeCandido bounces it foul. It was a nice off-speed pitch from Seek, which just dropped off the table. Toes the rubber right in the center. Comes set at the lettering across his chest. The pitch is outside for ball 1. Seek lets the left arm hang before meeting it with his glove. Looks over at Robertson. The offering comes in and hits DeCandido. And Seek really had him on the ropes there, but lets him off with a hit-by pitch. And brings up Jeremiah Jenkins. And this is not the guy you want up if you're the Senators with a chance to do some damage. Came in later than most of this Aces team, but already has 3 homers. The pitch is on the outer edge for strike 1. Jenkins was 2 for 4 and blasted his third homer of the season in the loss last night. The 0-1 offering. Popped into foul territory and will be unplayable back behind home plate. Jenkins has hit 50 home runs in his time for the University of Maine. Just finished up his junior season there. Seek sets and deals the 0-2. That'll come in and hit Jenkins on the hip. The second hit batter of the inning. First walked Robertson. Had filled up the zone against the next two batters, DeCandido and Jenkins, but hits both of them. Ryan Castelvage, the pitching coach for Southern Maryland, will go out and have a chat with the young left-hander Seek. Nate McHugh also making the trip out to the mound to join him. And that's a notable change this evening. It was Mike Sweeney who was actually the starting catcher yesterday. Of course, a name you're most used to as a utility guy, has the ability to play second, third, out in center field. He's played some, but it was the first time this year he's played catcher, and he really did a phenomenal job, all things told. Had sort of a private lesson, so to speak, from Nate McHugh before the game on some of the things he can shore up in the catching position, and he did pretty well. The pitch, lifted high, out to shallow left field. Brewer coming on. Will Robertson tag? He will not. One gone in the bottom half of the first. Andrew Manning up for his first plate appearance. Played his first game of the season for the Aces on Friday, going 1 of 3 with 2 walks against Metro South County. A lot of changes in the South Division this weekend. First pitch is a strike. Manning playing right field this evening. Seek sets at the numbers. The pitch is well high. Manning has to duck out of the way. And when he's been in the zone, this Alexandria team has had a tough time hitting Seek. The 1-1 is up near the chin again. Lefty on lefty matchup. Number of left-handed hitters in the order tonight for Alexandria. The 2-1 deal. An off-speed pitch down in the dirt. Checking his swing is Manning. They'll say he held up. 3 balls and a strike. Seek steps onto the mound. Lets the left arm hang before coming set. Peers in at the catcher. The pitch is outside, and he walks home a run. And this the second night in a row where there's been early trouble for the Senators starters. Last night, Wyatt Bunch was able to have a great game despite that, through 5 innings, allowing 2 runs in the second. First pitch misses in the dirt to Ethan Plyler, the second baseman from the College of Charleston, originally out of Lexington, South Carolina, stands 6'4", 200 pounds. The pitch is at the chin. 2 balls, no strikes. Ryan Caslavage insisting, saying 90% out to Jacob Seek, wanting him to take just a little bit off of it and use more control. The 2-0 is just high at the numbers of Plyler. 3 balls, no strikes. Ace is still yet to record a hit. Kicks and deals. In at the knees for strike 1. Plyler batting .362 on the year. The 3-1 is below the zone, and another run will come home. Bases loaded for the Aces. They cut the lead down to 1 for Southern Maryland. Brendan Harity, the next to the dish, out of Western Michigan University. 1 gone in the bottom half of the first. 3-2, Senators lead it. Glad to have you with us from Alexandria. The first pitch is at the eye level of Harity. Seek has often missed above the zone to this point. Has had a tough time bringing the fastball down. The pitch is outside for ball 2. Seek plays with the ball in his hand before stepping back out on the rubber. Sets and delivers. Misses high again. 3-0 to Harity. 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches. The 3-0 is too high for ball 4. Another walk ties up the game at 3. Offense has been fast and furious here from Frank Mann Field, and Scott Middleton will go out and get his guy. That will be the day for Jacob Seek with the second mound visit of the inning. We'll tell you more about the new the new pitcher in a moment. 3-3 your score from Frank Mann Field. Welcome back to Frank Mann Field, where we've got ourselves a tied ball game in the bottom of the first, 3-3, as Jacob Seek has just been taken out of the game. In comes Davis Rivers, the 6'1" sophomore out of Wofford College. Originally from Columbia, South Carolina, has made 6 appearances on the season, thrown 10 1/3, walked just 2 batters, struck out 15. First pitch to Mari Allen misses outside. And perhaps that's why you bring in a guy like Rivers right now, likes to fill up the zone and will rarely walk a batter. The 1-0. Grounder right side. Kennedy throws to second, throw back to first, won't be in time. A run will score, but they get 1 out. And all of a sudden, 2 gone in the bottom half of the first. AJ DePaulo steps into the box for his first AB this evening. Sun still shining in Alexandria, just above the trees that shade the outfield. Pitch is in for a strike to DePaulo. Just graduated from Preston Christian Academy, did DePaulo, set to attend Vanderbilt in the fall. Rivers sets at the lettering across his chest. The pitch is swung through for strike 2. DePaulo, the 9-hitter, getting a chance to bat in the first inning. First and third, 2 gone, 4-3 the score. Sets and fires down and away for ball 1. Rivers resets before stepping back out onto the mound. Takes a look at Amari Allen at first. Comes set and the pitch. DePaulo checks his swing. They'll say he went around for strike 3. Rivers faces 2 batters and records 2 outs. 4-3 the score. Aces lead it from Alexandria. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Senators Baseball. Keep it here. The right-handed hurler Kyle Miller remains on the bump for Alexandria, which brings up the 9-hole hitter to lead off the top half of the second, and PJ Hughes. He gets a start at shortstop this evening. Kicks and deals. Up above the head of Hughes, who has to duck for ball 1. Hughes in a unique spot at short tonight. Regularly plays second base for the Senators, but with both Ty Smolinski and the starting shortstop last night for the Senators and Silas Boris playing last night. It's Hughes who gets the start this evening. Second pitch misses inside for ball 2. Both starting pitchers having a tough time finding the zone. The 2-0 is in for strike 1 at the letters. Hughes out of Richmond University, batting 103 on the year, is great defensively for the Senators. Sets and deals. In for strike 2. Kicks and delivers the 2-2. Is up at the chin of Hughes to run the count full. Standing on deck is Logan Tribble. He reached to start that big first inning. The payoff pitch misses from Miller. He walked him. The second walk of the evening for Kyle Miller. Tribble reached on an error from the shortstop Robertson his first time up. Back up for his second AB. Batting average is .250 coming into the game for Tribble. The pitch catches the outer edge. A lively fastball for Miller. Peeks over his shoulder at P.J. Hughes. The 0-1 offering is well below the zone for ball 1. Hughes yet to steal a base this year. Not much of a threat over at first. Nonetheless, Miller steps off the mound. Comes set, and the pitch. Hot shot back up the middle. Plyler plays it. They get one at second, and the throw over to first is in time. 2 gone. The Aces turn to get out of some trouble. 2 outs in the top half of the second, 3-4. The Senators trail by 1. Nathan Brewer up for Southern Maryland. Batting .325 this year. Pitch is inside. Brewer out of Middle Tennessee. Originally from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Kyle Miller steps off the mound before returning. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. A ball and a strike. Miller sets at the belt. And the pitch. Lifted into foul territory from Brewer. 1-2 the count. Brewer scored after being hit by a pitch in the 4th inning yesterday. Lifts the 1-2 foul again. Brewer battling at the plate. The 1-2. Lifted out to left center field. That's going to get over the head of the center fielder Irons. Brewer hustling around first, pulls into second with a 2-out double. Brewer had 2 strikes on him and just saw the pitch he wanted. Drove it out to center for a base hit and then some. Stands aboard second with the double. Brings up Carter Groen, who had the sac fly back in the 1st. Pitch to him is down in the dirt. Off speed pitch from Miller, misses. Runner at second, 2 down in the top of the second inning. Roller to third. Coming on is Harity. Throw across the diamond. Will be in time. That retires the side. Aces bats coming up. Back to the leadoff spot for Alexandria. That brings up Sam Robertson. Davis Rivers came in to record the last 2 outs of the first inning. Jacob Seek was the starter. Allowed 4 runs and recorded, as I mentioned, just the 1 out. First pitch misses in the dirt from Rivers to begin the bottom half of the second. Robertson walked the first time he was up. Swings and misses at strike 1. Walked 12 times and struck out just 8. Very disciplined hitter. The 1-1 offering in at the knees for strike 2. Rivers has been pounding the strike zone ever since he came onto the bump. Comes set at the lettering across his chest and fires the pitch. Lifted to shallow center field. DeShazo coming in. Hauls it in for out number 1. Back up is Riley DiCandido. Was hit by a pitch last inning. Left-handed batter out of Virginia Beach. Rivers kicks and deals. Below the zone, a fastball. 1-0, the count to DiCandido. Kicks and fires. Slow bouncer to second. Queens got it. Lobs it over to Kennedy. 2 down. Jeremiah Jenkins back up. Hit by a pitch in the first. 2 down in the bottom half of the second. 4-3, Alexandria in the lead. The pitch is just outside. Jenkins played in the Cal Ripken League 2 years ago for the Gaithersburg Giants. The pitch is lifted straight back into foul ground. Three home runs this year for Jenkins. 10 RBIs with that as well. Rivers shakes off McHugh before nodding in approval. The 1-1. Grounder to second. Queen will flip it over to Kennedy to bring it in to the bottom half of the second. 1, 2, 3 they go in Alexandria. Senators up to bat. Coming up. You've got an intriguing one from Alexandria at Frank Mann Field. Glad you can join us on a beautiful Sunday night. Ian Kennedy up to lead off the top of 3. Reached on an error by the third baseman Harity back in the first inning. Kicks and deals. Grounder out to second. Throw over to first. He'll be in time. 1 down. One pitch, 1 out for Miller to begin the inning. Nate McHugh singled to begin the game in the first. Gets his second at-bat here. The pitch misses at the eye level of McHugh. Doing the catching duties tonight for Scott Middleton and the Senators. Kicks and deals. Down in the dirt, McHugh takes. For the Senators, this is an interesting series to this point in the year. They won the first 2 meetings with the Aces. The 2-0, bounce back up the middle. Miller fields it himself. Flips it underhand to first. 2 away.
Now batting for the Senators, number 22,
Mikey Guy up. Had a fielder's choice that he reached on in the first.
Let's go, 22.
Has hit 2 homers on the season. 13 RBIs as well. First pitch is inside, a ball. The 1-0 offering is lifted deep to left center field, and that'll be trouble. It gets down in the gap. Allen will throw it in to Plyler, and a double for Mikey Guy. Back-to-back 2-out doubles for the Senators. Last inning and again in the third.
All right, let's see him ball one more time.
That gives way to Owen DeShazo. Singled in the first with a chance to drive in a run in the form of Mikey Guy standing aboard second. The pitch is a center cut fastball for strike 1. DeShazo hitting .316 on the year. If you were to note one pitfall for him, it would be the strikeouts 28 punch-outs against DeShazo. Hit hard on the ground to second. Plyler comes up with it, throw to first. Will retire the side. Senators leave one stranded. 4-3 your score from Frank Mann Field. Davis Rivers has thrown 1 2/3 scoreless after coming on in the first inning for Jacob Seek, who had given up 4 runs to begin the ball game. Alexandria still yet to record a hit in this ball game. Jamie Quinn Irons back up to the dish. Flew out to left his first time up. The pitch, grounder back up the middle. Queen over. Throw across his body. Won't be there in time. Quinn Irons reaches on an infield single. The first hit of the evening for Alexandria. Next up is Andrew Manning. Reached on a walk in the first, as did many of his teammates. Sun trying to peek behind a cloud out in left field. The offering is slapped behind him, foul. Manning, the junior from the U.S. Naval Academy, has played in just 1 game for Alexandria. Rivers shakes off McHugh before coming set. Checks on the runner. Diving back in safely is Quinn Irons. Not too much of a threat to steal a base. Just 2 on the season. The 0-1 offering is outside, a ball and a strike. Manning was 1 for 3 with 2 walks in the first game he played this season on Friday. The 1-1. Slow roller to short. Hughes charging in. He misplays it off his glove. Runners will stay right where they are at first and second. It was going to be a tough play for Hughes regardless, but with him fumbling it, all of a sudden trouble from Frank Mann Field. Plyler up to the plate. Reached on a walk in the first inning. Sun continuing to set rapidly. Close to going down behind those trees out in left. The pitch is a ball thrown back behind the runner at first. Diving back is Andrew Manning. He's called safe. 1-0 the count to Plyler. 4-3 your score. Bottom of the third inning. Alexandria leads it. Kicks and deals. Holds up his swing. They'll say he did not go around.
I'm losing count.
2 balls, no strikes to Plyler. One of the better hitters for this Aces squad, who has been phenomenal to begin the year with a 15-7 record. Lifted out of play. Just over halfway through the season in the Cal Ripken Collegiate League. Rivers places his glove on his hip before coming set at the letters. Sets and fires. Bounce back into the chest pad of McHugh. This is a game that is very anticipated between these two squads because it's been sort of an interesting matchup on both sides. The Senators have won the season series to this point 2-1. They lead it. And so for Alexandria, who's been so good and lost so infrequently, it's kind of an odd spot for them to be in. The 2-2 is in at the knees for strike 3. A beautiful change of speeds from Davis. Rivers sets down the batter. His second punch out of the night. It's a luxury for Scott Middleton to get as much length as he is at the moment out of Davis Rivers, already through 2 innings scoreless. First pitch is in the dirt, blocked by McHugh. Runners stay put. Brendan Harity back up. Righty on righty matchup. Harity at third base. Walked his first trip to the plate. McHugh with a little dirt in his eyes, rubbing it out before he crouches down yet again. Rivers back on the bump. Pearson at his catcher, shakes his head in approval. Looks back at second. The offering is lifted deep to right field. Back on it is Groen. He brings it in for out number 2. Throw to third. Will not quite be in time. My goodness, he's got a cannon out in right field. Guy was just unable to handle it at third. But it was a bang-bang play. Runners at the corners for Alexandria brings up Amari Allen. The first time these two teams met this season, Allen was a ridiculously productive 4 for 5 and scored once in that ball game. Certainly was not the reason they lost that night. That was the 3rd game of the year for the Senators and just the 2nd for the Aces. Lifts it foul. And it's really interesting to think for the Aces. They began the season at 2-3 and since have lost just 4 ball games to the tune of a 15-7 record. Rivers sets at the letters across his chest. The offering is lifted into foul ground. Guy over. That will be unplayable. No balls and 2 strikes. Finish it. The sentiment from the Senators' dugout. Rivers came in to lock things down in the first inning for Jacob Seek. Did his job there and has continued to be brilliant out on the mound. Kicks and fires. Just too high from Rivers, a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Amari Allen. The left-handed hitter out of Chipola College. The 1-2. Runner goes. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. That'll bring an end to the inning. They leave 2 on. 4-3. The Aces in the lead. Rivers able to get out of trouble from Frank Mann. The 6'5" hurler remains on the mound for Alexandria in the form of Kyle Miller. To lead off the top half of the 4th is Kai Queen. Your score is 4-3 Aces from Frank Mann Field. Glad you can join us on a beautiful Sunday evening. Sun has set down behind the trees. First pitch is lifted to shallow right field. That'll get down in front of Manning for a base hit. Kai Queen on to lead off the inning. That gives way to P.J. Hughes, who walked his first time to the dish. Hughes at shortstop this evening will step into the box and place his foot against that white line, which has become faded through over 3 innings of play. Shows bunt, takes a strike, throw back down to first, won't be in time. Queen back in safely. No balls and a strike to P.J. Hughes. Was brought into the game in the 7th yesterday and was hitless in 2 trips to the plate. Miller steps off the bump, takes a good look at Kai Queen.
He doesn't want to throw.
Sets at the belt and delivers. In for strike 2 at the knees. Miller toes the rubber along that first base side. The pitch is at the eye level of Hughes for ball 1. Senators lineup was very productive in that first inning. In the 3rd, they had the double from Guy, and the 2nd saw a double from Nathan Brewer. So they've been seeing the pitching well to this point. The 1-2 is an off-speed pitch outside. Action out in the Aces bullpen. The pitch is fouled straight back. Hughes fighting at the plate. Out in the bullpen is William Crochet, the 6'6" junior out of George Washington University, getting ready. Comes set and delivers. Runner goes. Pitch in the dirt. No throw from DePaulo. And Kai Queen advances to second base. Count full to Hughes. The Tide seemingly starting to shift in the Senators' direction. Miller sets, and the payoff pitch is outside. PJ Hughes works an 8-pitch walk.
Now batting for the Senators, number 2, Logan.
Well done by Hughes, and a mound visit for Alexandria. They'll go to the bullpen. We'll tell you more about the left-hander in a moment. 4-3 the score. Aces lead. 2 ducks on the pond for Southern Maryland. Rare that you see such a lopsided score in the hits column, but the opposite team leading in the runs column. But that's the case this evening. 6-1 in terms of hits in favor of your Senators. But Alexandria leads it by a score of 4-3. Senators with a chance to do damage off the bat of Logan Tribble, who comes to the plate. Grounded out into double play in the second inning. His first time up, reached on an air by the shortstop. Lays down a bunt. The first baseman comes on. Throwback to first, won't be in time. Maluski was pulled up to cover the bunt. A great job laying it down from Logan Tribble. Loads the bases. How about that? A bunt single from the designated hitter brings up Nathan Brewer, who has been hot tonight. Walked in the first, doubled in the second. Lefty on lefty matchup against the new pitcher Crochet. Swings through strike one. Crochet coming in the game for Kyle Miller, who allowed the 2 base runners to begin the inning. The 0-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. They get 1. Throw on to first, still be in time. 1 run scores for the Senators, but they record 2 outs, and we got ourselves a tie ball game.
Number 23, Carter Rowan.
The double play turned by the Aces, but a productive one at that for Southern Maryland. Scores a run. 4-4 your score. Carter Groen up for Southern Maryland, sees a first pitch strike. PJ Hughes stands just 90 feet away. A hit scores him. Swings through, 0-2. Had a sacrifice fly in the first, grounded out in the second inning. The 0-2 offering. Groen gets a piece of it and whacks it foul. What a game we have from Frank Mann. Tied at 4 between these two teams. Oh, 2 count, 2 gone. Runner aboard third for the Senators. The pitch misses down and away. Off speed from Crochet. He's the 6'6" junior out of Alexandria, Virginia. Hot shot back up the middle will get through. Another one scores for the Senators.
Now batting,
They retake the lead from Alexandria.
Ian Kennedy.
A big base hit from Groen. And man, has he been hot for Southern Maryland. Gives way to Ian Kennedy, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Reached on an error in the first, sees a first pitch fastball at the knees. No balls and a strike. 2 gone in the top half of 4.
Good eye, good eye.
Kicks and fires a fastball outside. Groen at first, 2 away. The pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Ian Kennedy with 2 home runs. One of those coming this Friday against the DC Grays. A wave and a miss. 2-2.
What's the score? Let's go.
Crochet works quickly on the mound. The delivery is in there for called strike 3, but not before the Senators take the lead yet again. 5-4 your score. We'll be back in a moment. Davis Rivers has been dealing through 2 2/3, so they say why not keep him out there. He remains on the bump to be in the bottom of 4. The pitch is down and in to DePaulo, who leads off the 4th inning. Struck out his first time up. Went down swinging, and that AB kicks and deals. Down in the dirt, tried to check his swing, unable to do so. A ball and a strike. DePaulo, the catcher tonight for Alexandria. Sun has gone down behind the trees out and left. Also some clouds covering the outfield. The pitch checks the swing again, but holds up. 2 balls, 1 strike to DePaulo. Just finished up his time in high school. Will go to Vanderbilt at the end of this season. The 2-1. Swung on a missed for strike 2. DePaulo batting average is just 184 on the year. Kicks and fires. In there for strike 3 called. He got him looking. Davis Rivers. That'll be his 4th punch out of the evening. And man, have you got to be content if you're head coach Scott Middleton with the performance you've got out of the bullpen from Davis Rivers. 1 away in the bottom of 4. First pitch fouled straight back from Sam Robertson. 5-4, Senators lead it. 0-1 count to Robertson. Has 12 walks on the year. Flew out to center last time he was up. The pitch is a center cut changeup from Rivers. Quickly ahead of the batter. Sets at the letters across his chest and delivers. Just inside a ball. Rivers has really been filling up the strike zone early. Rivers nods his head in approval. The pitch lifted out to deep center field. DeShazo ranging over, and he'll bring it in for out number 2. Helicopter flies over the field. Glad to have you with us. 5-4 your score. Southern Maryland in control. Riley DiCandido up for the 3rd time. Hit by a pitch in the 1st. The next inning, he grounded out to Kai Queen at 2nd. Entrenched in battle from Frank Mann Field. The pitch. Hot shot back up the middle. Hits off of Davis Rivers. Guy coming on. He'll eat it. And Riley DiCandido will reach on an infield single.
He's a hockey player.
Was really hard to field for Guy. Rivers also was heading over to the ball. It was in between those two off after the ricochet. Castelvage comes out and checks on Rivers to make sure that he's okay. Rivers will take a test pitch, which is a center cut fastball. Used to that so far in Alexandria. Rivers has been about as good as you could ask for in relief for Jacob Seek. Kicks and deals. Line drive off the glove of Kai Queen, gets into right center field. DeShazo will corral it at the wall. They're sending DiCandido home. He'll score. A 2-out RBI double from Jeremiah Jenkins. Ties it back up. 5-all at Frank Mann.
For the Aces, number 35, Jamie Quinn Iron.
And man, you could not ask for a better game than what it's been to this point. All tied up. 2 away in the bottom half of the 4th. Offense fast and furious in Alexandria. The first offering is slapped back behind him, foul. Jamie Quinn Irons up to the plate. Singled in the 3rd inning. Flew out to left his first time up. Kicks and delivers the 0-1. Swung over and missed. First strike, 2. Rivers rests the glove along his left hip before he comes set and raises the glove up to the numbers. The pitch. Strike 3. He struck him out. And Davis Rivers has surrendered just the 1 run. 5-5. We're all tied up, headed into the 5th. Keep it here. Up to lead off the inning is Nate McHugh for your Southern Maryland Senators. So glad you could join us as we begin the top half of the 5th inning. McHugh warms up his shoulders before stepping into the batter's box. We're all tied at 5 as we begin the 5th. William Crochet came on to finish things in the 4th inning. Continues his work in the 5th. First pitch is outside a ball. McHugh on the day is 1 for 2. Singled to begin his day. Pitch misses high. Quickly 2-0. Sets and fires. Sky high, out to right field. Underneath it is Manning. He hauls it in for out number 1. That hands it off to Mikey Guy. Apologies. The junior out of Frostburg State. Homered yesterday for the Senators. Doubled earlier in this one. First pitch in at the knees. No balls and a strike. All in all, it was a pretty productive start for Kyle Miller. The 0-1 is swung through, foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Miller did allow 5 runs to score, but gave Alexandria 3 1/3. Bounce foul. Guy battling at the plate. Has played both first and third base this year for the Senators. The 0-2 offering is in the dirt. Sets and delivers. A wave and a miss for strike 3. Crochet starting to feel it on the bump. Owen DeShazo up, and what an interesting ball game we've had ourselves. 4-3 was the score after the first inning. Since the Senators have scored 2, the Aces 1, which has it tied in the top half of the 5th. First pitch to DeShazo misses low. Kicks and delivers. Cut on a miss, strike 2. Crochet sets at the belt. The pitch. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Apologies. That makes it a ball and 2 strikes. DeShazo, the center fielder for the Senators, is 1 for 2 to this point. Kicks and delivers. High chopper to second. Plyler plays it, throw to first. Retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Crochet. Turns it over to his bats on the other side. Davis Rivers remains the man on the mound for Scott Middleton. And why not ride the hot hand? Rivers has thrown 3 2/3 to this point. Jacob Seek, the starter, recorded just 1 out, allowed 4 runs to his name. 5-5, tied ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kicks and deals. Lifted high out to shallow left. On is Brewer, and he'll make the routine play. 1 gone. Manning goes swinging at the first pitch he sees and is retired on 1 pitch. Ethan Plyler up. Struck out looking last time up to the plate. Walked back in the 1st inning. Plyler been one of the more reliable guys in the order for the Aces, hitting .362. The pitch misses inside for a ball 1. Rivers has filled up the strike zone this evening. Sets and delivers. A strike at the knees. Count even. Sun is down behind the trees, starting to grow dark here at Frank Mann Field. Rivers sets at the numbers. The 1-1 offering is too low. Nods his head in approval. The pitch in at the knees, a fastball from Rivers. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away in the bottom half of the 5th. We're all tied up between the Aces and Senators. Glad you can join us from Frank Mann Field. The 2-2 offering. A wave and a miss. He struck him out. Davis Rivers threw 4 1/3. No trouble for him. Has allowed just the 1 run last inning. That was a pair of hits from Riley DeCandido, then a big double from Jeremiah Jenkins, which scored him. The pitch squaring to bunt is Harity, pulls it back in the zone for strike 1. Harity 0 for 1, but walked in the 1st. The pitch bounces before home plate. Harity easily takes a ball and a strike. Righty on righty matchup. A luxury to have a guy like Rivers that you can call upon and get the production he's provided. Hard hit down the line, 3rd, and just foul. Much to the dismay of the Alexandria dugout. McHugh retrieves the bat and hands it off to Brendan Harity, who takes a moment to reset outside of the box. Taps his bat on the far side of the plate, the near side, and then swings out towards center field before resting on his right shoulder. The 1-2 just misses. A curveball from Rivers didn't quite come back over the plate. Rivers leaves the glove on his left hip before coming set. The 2-2 is fouled back to the screen. Keep the count right where it is. Harity battling at the plate. And man, has it been a great one. Tied at 5, 2 away. The pitch. Bouncer to 3rd will get past the diving glove of Guy. Into the outfield for a base hit. And a 2-out knock from Brendan Harity turns it over to Amari Allen, who's 0 for 2. Fielder's choice in the 1st, struck out last time he was up. The left-handed hitter for the Aces. Plays for Chipola College. 295 average at the plate. Check on the runner real quick. Harity dives back safely. Rivers sets the pitch. Catches the outer edge. And man, has Rivers found the zone often this evening. The 0-1 deal. Lifted deep to left center field. Going back is DeShazo and Brewer. That gets down in the gap and bounces over the wall. A ground rule double advances Harity to third, and Allen is aboard second safely. And a sigh of relief for the Senators. Definitely would have scored Harity from first base if not for the ground rule double. Scott Middleton will go have a chat with Davis Rivers. We'll see if he goes to the bullpen. More information coming up on the other side. Score tied at 5. Second and third for Alexandria. Scott Middleton walks back into the dugout. No pitching change for him. He'll elect to keep Rivers on the bump. The pitch is inside to A.J. DePaulo, who has struck out twice to this point. Sets it the letters across his chest and deals. A center cut changeup evens up the count. DePaulo was caught frozen by the off-speed pitch. The 1-1 offering. Just below the knees. DePaulo will head off to Vanderbilt University when the summer concludes. The 2-1 misses low yet again. Rivers misses in the same spot he did a moment ago, trying to get back on track. Has surrendered 2 hits with 2 away in the inning. The pitch is in for a strike. DePaulo tried to hold his swing back. Didn't matter. Count full. Rivers with a chance to bring an end to the inning. 2 away in the 5th. The payoff pitch. Lifted to shallow center field. In is DeShazo, and he'll haul it in. How about Davis Rivers? 4 2/3. Surrenders just 1 run last inning and is through the 5th clean. Leaves 2 stranded. 5-5 your score. Senators with a chance to break the tie on the other side. New pitcher on for the Aces is John Downing in relief of William Crochet, who threw 1 2/3. Didn't allow a single run. The 2 that came in off his arms were both credited to Kyle Miller. Tied at 5 in the top of the 6th inning from Alexandria. So glad you could join us on a beautiful Sunday evening. Wines and deals. Outside, the first pitch to Kai Queen. This evening, Queen is 1 for 2, struck out and singled. Slaps the next pitch foul. Queen playing second base this evening. Normally plays the hot corner at third. The 1-1 swung through for strike 2. Queen, a utility guy who has the ability to both pitch and hit, but has not pitched for the Senators this year. Winds and fires. Waved at and missed. Strike 3. The first batter he sees is a strikeout for Downing. Hughes has walked twice to this point in the game. We'll get a chance to see the new left-hander into the game, Downing. Stands 6'3" out of Seton Hall. Downing has made 5 appearances on the year. Pitch misses away. 2-0 record. 1.58 ERA for Downing. Sets and deals. Down in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. And Hughes just has an innate ability of plate discipline and easily sees pitches that some might swing at. The 2-0. Misses just outside. Downing has allowed just 2 earned across 11 1/3 innings. The 3-0 is in for strike 1. Downing finds the zone for the first time to Hughes. Kicks and fires. Yanked foul by Hughes. Count full. What a ball game it's been. 5-5 in the 6th inning. The payoff pitch. Cut on a miss. Strike 3. And the second batter that Downing faces, he sets down on strikes. And this is exactly who John Downing has been this year. 19 strikeouts so far. The pitch misses below the zone to the new batter up. The leadoff hitter, Logan Tribble. 1 for 3 on the day. Reached in an air back in the first. Singled in the 4th. The 1-0 misses below the zone and kicks off the umpire's foot. He'll have to walk it off as he trots out to the mound and sets the ball in Downing's glove before making his way back behind home plate. Logan Tribble will try to get a 2-out rally going for your Senators. And a hitter-friendly count. The 2-0. Misses below the knees. 3-0. Was behind the last batter. 3-0. Worked to a punch-out. Won't do so here. Pitch misses down and in. Tribble will take his base. Nathan Brewer up in a game that has not lacked offense to this point, and perhaps to the benefit of this man who comes up with Tribble at first. And Brewer, if he can repeat what he did in the second, will have a chance to drive him home. Doubled there. First pitch in for a strike at the lettering of Brewer. Sets and delivers the 0-1. In at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes.
Dog tonight.
Downing doing a great job of mixing things up. First, a pitch at the top half of the zone, then at the knees. Hot shot back up the middle, will get through for a base hit. First and second for the Senators. And they got something brewing from Frank Mann.
Now batting for the Senators.
That leads to Carter Groen, who singled his last time up, had 2 home runs last night for Southern Maryland. Comes up on a 1-for-2 day. Had a sac fly in the first, which scored Logan Tribble from third. 2 gone in the top of 6th. The first pitch is down in the dirt for ball 1. Downing sets at the belt. And the pitch is in the dirt. Runners advancing. Throw to third. Will hit off the glove of Harity. He's unable to corral it. Stays close enough for the runner to not advance further.
Good throw, catcher, almost.
But second and third, a single will score at least 1. (2-0 to Groen. 2 gone in the 6th. 5-5 your score. The pitch is inside. A hitter's count. The 3-0 offering. Misses down low, and Carter Groen will take his base. A 4-pitch walk brings up a man you don't want to see in this spot. Ian Kennedy up with a chance to do some damage as they'll go out and make a mound visit. A man getting warm out in the Aces bullpen. And Aces head coach will trot back to the dugout. Senators, bases loaded. A golden opportunity in the 6th inning. Score tied at 5. The offering lifted into foul territory. No balls and a strike to Kennedy. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and if there was a chance for him to come through, it would be right now. Kicks and delivers. Up high for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Kennedy. Sets and fires. A wave and a miss at strike 2. And Downing with a chance to get out of trouble. Bases juiced for Ian Kennedy. 2 away in the top of 6. Tied at 5. The 1-2. Kennedy stays alive and slaps a foul. Two walks and a single have the bases loaded for Southern Maryland. Downing shakes off his catcher, DePaulo, before coming set. The pitch is lifted into foul ground. Ian Kennedy has hit 2 home runs this year. The most recent of those came on Friday. Downing peers in. And the pitch. A wave and a miss. Strike 3. Downing able to get out of trouble. Game remains tied at 5. Aces bats coming up. Why not ride the hot hand? A question that Scott Middleton has asked himself and decides to go back to Davis Rivers, who stays on the bump for his 5th inning of work. Sam Robertson tries to lay down a bunt on the first pitch and will not be able to pull it back. He's the leadoff batter for the Aces. The 0-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Robertson is 0 for 2 to this point in the game. Has flown out and grounded out. Walked to begin the game back in the first. Rivers sets at the lettering across his chest and deals. Fouled back to the backstop. 0-2 to Robertson out of Auburn University. Originally from Anniston, Alabama. 5-5 your score. Bottom of 6. Sets and deals at the eye level of Robertson for ball 1. Starting to become dark in Alexandria. Sun is well set back behind those trees out in left field. Pitch hit into foul territory. Flag of the United States waves out in center. Winds and fires. Lifted out to short, and Hughes able to bring it in. Officially through 5 innings is Davis Rivers. And it's especially remarkable when you realize that Rivers is generally a bullpen pitcher. To this point in the season, his longest outing was 2 1/3 innings. First pitch to DeCandido is a strike. Tried to hold his swing back, but went around. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the 4th, hit by a pitch his first time up. The 0-1. Cut on and missed for strike 2. Rivers pulling the string with a changeup a moment ago. Sets and deals the 0-2. Outside for ball 1. And when Rivers has missed to this point, it's been just nibbling the zone. Has filled up the strike zone for the most part, and has been why he's been able to go as long as he has. Swung on a miss for strike 3. The first punch out of the inning for Davis Rivers. 2 away. That brings up Jeremiah Jenkins, who doubled in the 4th. Grounded out in the 2nd. Was also hit by a pitch in the 1st. Leaves the bat hanging by his side. First pitch is a ball away. Davis Rivers has really been something this evening. Through 5 1/3. Comes set, the 1-0. Just misses below the knees. To the tall left-handed hitter Jeremiah Jenkins, who stands 6'4", attends the University of Maine. Rivers kicks, and the pitch swung through for strike 1. Jenkins with a real power bat. That double in the 4th inning is what scored Riley DeCandido. The 2-1. Hard hit on the ground left side will get through the hole. A base knock for Jeremiah Jenkins.
Now batting for the Aces.
2 away in the bottom half of 6. We're still tied at 5. Davis Rivers handing off the ball to the home plate umpire for a moment before taking it back. Jamie Quinn Irons up. Righty on righty matchup. Quinn Irons is 1 for 3. Singled in the third. Struck out last time up against Davis Rivers. First pitch, a wave and a miss for strike one. It was Jacob Seek who got the start for Southern Maryland. Recorded just 1 out before handing off to Davis Rivers, who has been in ever since. The 0-1 is in at the knees for strike two. Rivers has continuously found the zone to this point. Sets and delivers. Pitch down in the dirt. Quinn Irons checks his swing. They'll say he did not go around. A ball and 2 strikes. And I'm kind of running out of superlatives to describe Davis Rivers and how he's been tonight. Allowed just the 1 run and has thrown 5 1/3. The off speed is just inside to even up the count. Two balls and 2 strikes to Jamie Quinn Irons. Kicks and fires. Swung through for strike 3. We're all tied up, headed in to the 7th inning. Southern Maryland turns it over to their bats with a chance to do some damage on the other side. McHugh to the dish for Southern Maryland. Is 1 for 3 tonight. Flew out last time up, singled in the first. Gets a chance to lead off the top of 7. What a game we have. Tied at 5 between the Aces and Senators. First pitch misses a little eye. John Downing remains on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. The pitch lifted foul. McHugh really got a hold of that one, but unable to keep it straight and in fair play. Kicks and fires. And at the lettering for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes to McHugh. The 1-2. Lifted out to right center. Ranging over is Quinn Irons, and he'll make the grab for out number 1.
Now batting for the Senators.
Back up is Mikey Guy. Doubled in the third. A 1 for 3 day. Fielder's choice in the first. Struck out last time he was up in the 5th. Winds and the pitch is on the outer half for a strike. Downing was able to work out of a bases loaded jam last inning. The 0-1 is below the zone to even up the count. And it was huge for this Alexandria team to get out of that jam an inning ago. Bouncer to short. Coming on is Robertson. Throw across the diamond. 2 away. That gives way to Owen DeShazo. So far, he's 1 for 3. Has grounded out to second twice. Had the single in the first. That scored a run for the Senators. First offering is inside a ball. 2 gone in the top of 7. Score tied at 5. Kicks and deals in for a strike at the knees. DeShazo, the Glen Allen, Virginia native, plays college ball for Boston College. Kicks and deals the 1-1. DeShazo tried to hold up, but went around for strike 2. DeShazo readjusts the helmet on his head. And stepping off the mound is John Downing for a moment before regaining his composure on the bump. The pitch is in at the knees for strike 3. 1, 2, 3, they go. John Downing able to retire him in order. Bottom of the 7th coming up. New pitcher for the Senators after Davis Rivers went 5 2/3 out of the bullpen. 3 innings longer than his longest appearance to this point, as the Senators tied in this one 5-5. Rivers allowed just the 1 run, struck out 8 batters, and gives it off to Ty Harris. He's the sophomore out of Brown University from the Woodlands, Texas. Lefty on lefty matchup to the first batter, Manning. Manning is 0 for 2 to this point. Reached on a walk in the first inning. Harris comes set at the numbers. Letters, should I say. The pitch is lifted out to left field in front of Nathan Brewer. First pitch swinging is Andrew Manning, and he reaches on a single.
Now batting for the Angels, number 40, Ethan Weiler.
Entrenched in battle, we are from Frank Mann Field in Alexandria, Virginia. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 5. Harris lets the left arm hang before coming set. Looks over at first. The pitch. Squaring up to bunt is Plyler. He pops it foul. No balls and a strike. Perhaps just trying to advance the runner, which is so huge at this point in the ball game. The 0-1 offering is an off-speed pitch that twists just above the zone. Count even. Harris, a heavily relied upon arm out of the Senators bullpen, has pitched in 6 games. The 1-1 offering lifted high and deep out to center field. Won't have quite enough. DeShazo hauls it in for out number 1. Brendan Harity back up to the plate. Comes in with a 1 for 2 night. Singled in the 5th. Walked his first time up and flew out to right field in the 3rd. Manning leads off of first base. Sets and delivers. Off-speed pitch. Misses below the knees. Harity playing the hot corner this evening. Harris comes set. Check on the runner at first. Very close play, but in safely is Manning. Temperature beginning to come down here in Alexandria as the cloud cover is heavy. A wave and a miss, Sitch, strike 1. Harity knocked home a run in a 1 for 5 night yesterday against the DC Grays. Man, would a hit be big right here. The 1-1 pitch. A curveball that doesn't quite come back down. Two 2-1 to the junior out of Western Michigan. Harris sets and fires. Skied out to right. Over is Groen, who has it for out number 2. 2 away in the bottom of 7. And Ty Harris has done his job thus far.
Number 3, Amari Allen.
And Davis Rivers essentially serving in a starting role this evening. Of course, Seek got the official start for Scout Middleton. Got just the 1 out before giving it off to Rivers, who threw 5 2/3 innings. And now it's Ty Harris on the bump in the 7th. First pitch misses down and away to Allen. Harris has gone back to the good old Uncle Charlie a number of times early in this appearance. Sets at the letters. The 1-0 is foul back. Count even to Allen. He's had a 1 for 3 night. Doubled last time he was up. That was a ground rule double, if you'll remember. Would have scored Harity if not for it bouncing over the fence. The 1-1 is hit hard out into the left center field gap. That's trouble. It'll get down. Harity, they'll send the runner home. Throw into the cutoff man, Hughes, and he'll be in safely. They'll score the run from first. Apologies, that's Andrew Manning coming home to score. And Amari Allen with yet another two-out double and an RBI this time. That one felt reminiscent to back in the 5th inning. This time it stays in the ballpark, and to the benefit of the Aces, who take the lead in the bottom of 7. 6-5 the score. What a ball game it's been. Harris with the pitch. It's inside to DePaulo, who's 0 for 3 to this point. Struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. Harris kicks and deals. At the knees for strike 1. It's been refreshing to see Harris pitching to contact, something that the Senators team has kind of needed out of the bullpen. Alex Angelitis, along with Landon Friedman, had trouble finding the zone last night. A curveball is just away. 2 balls, 1 strike. DePaulo waves the bat before resting it upon his right shoulder. The pitch is skied out into the parking lot. DePaulo can make you forget about an 0 for 3 night right here if he can do something big. 2 away in the bottom of 7. 6-5 Aces lead. The 2-2 offering is high for ball 3. Sun has well set, but the orange can still be seen lighting up the night sky. Harris sets the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 to retire the side. But not before the Aces take the lead. 6-5 your score from Frank Mann Field.
At the end of the 7th inning,
A big welcome back from Alexandria, where a moment ago the Aces took the lead 6-5. We're in the bottom of 8 with Kai Queen up to the dish. A 1 for 3 night to this point. Has struck out twice, singled back in the 5th. First pitch he sees is a ball at the lettering across his jersey. He winds and fires. Wave and a miss for strike 1. Senators surrendering just 1 run in the bottom of 7. The pitch is high and away. 2-1. And for Southern Maryland, it's good to see that the 1 run stays just 1 Swung on and missed for strike 2. As I was saying, satisfying to see that it didn't snowball into more as it had last night. The 2-2 offering inside.
Find a way. Find a way, Kai. Tough for 2.
It was a 12-run sixth inning yesterday from Metro South County, which won them the game. The payoff pitch, a wave and a miss at strike 3. Kai Queen going down on strikes.
For the Senators,
Brings up P.J. Hughes.
P.J. Hughes.
Walked twice and struck out his last time to the plate. Has seen a lot of pitches off these Aces arms. John Downing continues his work on the bump through 2 1/3. The pitch, a center cut fastball for strike 1. Downing, the left-handed hurler, angles himself towards the first base dugout. The wind and the 0-1 is high to even the count. Senators trail by just 1 run. 6-5 your score. The 1-1 offering is in at the knees. A ball and 2 strikes. P.J. Hughes trying to reach for Southern Maryland. Would be huge if he could do so. The 1-2 is well high. Winds and fires. Outside to run the count full. Tension palpable from Frank Mann. 6-5 in favor of the Aces. Top of 8. The payoff pitch. Swung through for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for John Downing.
Now batting for the Senators,
And there's quickly 2 away.
hitter number 2, Logan.
Logan Tribble has reached 3 of his 4 times to the plate. Walked last time up, a single, and reached on an air to begin the ball game. Top of 8, 6-5 Alexandria. The pitch is just below the knees of Tribble. He's the redshirt freshman out of Wofford College. The pitch lined out to center field will drop in front of Quinn Irons for a base hit. A little 2-out hitting for Logan Tribble, and he reaches on a base knock. That gives way to Nathan Brewer, who has reached on 2 hits and a walk in the first inning. Doubled in the second, singled last time he was up. Tribble over at first. The pitch is outside. Downing out of the stretch with a runner on. Comes set. Pitch will run in and hit Brewer. An off-speed pitch that Downing's unable to control into the zone. First and second for the Senators. Carter Groen hops out of the dugout for his 5th trip to the plate tonight. Had a sacrifice fly in the first. Singled in the 4th. Walked last time he was up. Blasted 2 homers yesterday, which was the huge story for Southern Maryland, in a 6-14 loss at the hands of the Metro South County Braves. A tight game this evening. 6-5. They trail by 1. Carter Groen with a chance to do damage. First pitch is just low for ball 1. Groen has been swinging a hot bat. Kicks and deals. Outside for ball 2. And Downing all of a sudden losing the thread seemingly. Quickly retired the first 2 batters on strikes. The 2-0 A center cut fastball that Carter Groen swings through for strike one. Comes set at the belt. Under the bright lights of Frank Mann and delivers. An off-speed pitch up and away. And this dangerous territory with Carter Groen at the plate. Can really wait for his pitch. The 3-1 is too high. He'll take his base. Base is loaded for the Senators. Brings up Ian Kennedy.
Number 42, Ian Kennedy.
He's 0 for 4 on the night. Reached on an air back in the first. Has struck out twice. Comes up in a big spot for Southern Maryland as John Downing continues to struggle to find the zone. Head coach will come out and have a chat with his left-hander. Action out in the Alexandria bullpen. Just a beautiful night from Alexandria as the sun has gone down. Was a little warm earlier. Temperature sitting right in the low 80s. 2 gone in the top of 8. You can't make this stuff up. Bases loaded for the Senators with Ian Kennedy at the plate. He homered earlier in the week on Friday against the Grays. Umpire comes out and breaks up the meeting on the mound. The red from the sun has nearly left the sky. Downing sets the pitch. Swung through and missed, strike one. And how about a great time for a mound visit? You wait until there's real problems, bases loaded, and then go out and reset your guy, pitch in the dirt to even up the count to Kennedy. Scott Middleton has put this team in a great position this evening. Just down 1 run. The 1-1. Waved at, missed for strike 2. Ian Kennedy just behind the lively fastball from Downing. First, second, and third for the Senators. Kennedy waves the bat over his right shoulder. The pitch is fouled straight back. You could verbally hear the grunt from Downing out on the mound, trying to blow it past Kennedy again. The first baseman was right on it. Sets at the belt and deals. Lifted out into the parking lot. One, two, it remains to Kennedy. Downing rests the glove along his right hip before he comes set. And delivers. Foul back to the screen. Kennedy battling at the dish. A huge moment in this game. The Aces took the lead in the bottom half of the 7th. Try to solidify that here. The pitch misses inside to Kennedy.
Stay alive, baby, stay alive.
Evens the count, 2-2. 6-5 the score. Bases loaded. The pitch. Kennedy fights it off. Senators faithful love it here from Frank Mann. Kennedy up in perhaps the biggest spot of the season to this point for him. The pitch. Line drive to short, right at Robertson. Kennedy really got a hold of it. Unfortunately, right at the shortstop. 6-5. Aces in the lead. What a game we have on our hands from Frank Mann. We'll be back in a moment. Senators had them loaded in the top half of the eighth. A phenomenal strike from Ian Kennedy was hit right at the shortstop, and an unfortunate turn of events was able to retire the side for the Aces. Senators still trail by 1. Ty Harris will try to keep that right where it is. He remains on the mound for his second inning of work. Robertson squares around a bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses away. Top of the order. Robertson is 0 for 3 this evening. Walked to begin the game. Has flown out, lined out, and grounded out since. Second pitch of the at-bat is a curveball outside. Harris sets at the numbers across his chest. The 2-0 offering is in for a strike. Bottom of the 8th, Alexandria trying to provide some insurance runs. 2-1 pitch is slapped back behind him and foul. And an extra baseball comes out of the fence after a foul ball from Sam Robertson. Harris's arm hangs at his side. Now sets. The 2-2 pitch is outside. Count full to Robertson. Standing on deck is Riley DiCandido. He's 1 for 3 to this point. Harris sets. And the payoff pitch. Lifted out to left center field. DeShazo sliding in is unable to make the grab. That gets over his glove. Brewer corrals it out at the fence. A stand-up double to lead off the inning for Sam Robertson. DeShazo misread it immediately off the bat. Tried to make up for it with the sliding catch, but unable to get there in time. This gives way to Riley DiCandido. Runner aboard second is Sam Robertson. DiCandido is 1 for 3 tonight. Singled back in the fourth. And boy, would that be big for Alexandria right now. First pitch is a curveball in the dirt. A ball and no strikes. Harris in his second inning. Under the night sky and bright lights of Frank Mann Field. Harris brings his feet together. The 1-0 is in at the knees for strike one. DeCandido, his foot stands at the back of the batter's box. That white line that has become faded throughout the night. The 1-1 is slapped foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Are having fun out in that Alexandria bullpen. Bottom of the 8th. 6-5 your score. Aces lead it. Harris peeks back at second. The 1-2. Bloop shot. Back behind short. PJ Hughes backs up and makes the grab. 1 away. A big first out for Ty Harris after surrendering the leadoff double. Brings Jeremiah Jenkins to the plate. 2 for 3 day has been super productive. Doubled in the fourth, which drove in Riley DeCandido from first. And throws his bat as he swings and misses at strike one. Says, my bad, over to the Senators' dugout, does Jenkins. He has been hot tonight. But a lefty-on-lefty matchup perhaps favors the man on the bump, Ty Harris. The 0-1 offering. Down in the dirt. McHugh keeps it in front of him. Forces the runner to stay at second in Robertson. Jenkins with a unique batting stance keeps the feet very close together. As Harris brings both hands to his chest. Runner goes to third. Throw there is not in time. A bang-bang play. Pitch miss outside, which makes the count 2-1. Infield will creep in.
Good throw, catcher.
2-1 the count. 1 gone in the bottom of 8. As such, all 4 guys on the edge of the grass. The 2-1.
Good pitch.
Swung through a missed for strike 2. A strikeout would be huge for Harris. Only set down 1 batter on strikes last inning. Sets and the 2-2. Swung through and missed for strike 3. He got a piece of it, but McHugh able to make the catch.
Now batting for the Aces.
2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-5 your score. Aces lead it by 1. Infield will back up and play straight up with 2 outs in the inning. Jamie Quinn Irons struck out the last 2 times he was at the plate. Singled in the third. Swings and misses at the first pitch. And Quinn Irons in his last couple at-bats has been a little trigger happy, has swung at pitches outside of the zone. Has a smooth stroke. No doubt about that. The 0-1 is lifted high, but well fouled down the right field line. And this one of the big strengths for Ty Harris, his ability to get ahead of batters, which he has done often throughout this season. Sets and delivers. Misses well above the zone. Chin high to Quinn Irons. Harris hangs the left arm and sets at the Senators across his chest. And quickly steps off the mound. Harris perhaps wiping off some sweat along his pants. Quickly grabs a hold of the rosin bag before throwing the rubber yet again along that first base side. The pitch is in the dirt. McHugh keeps it in front. And such a strong attribute for Nate McHugh, his ability to block and keep the ball in front of him back behind the plate. When there's been pitches down in the dirt, rarely allows it to get past him. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch is in for strike 3. He caught him looking. Ty Harris strikes out 2 in a row and is able to leave one stranded. That keeps the lead right where it is. 6-5. Senators with one last chance. Keep it right here.
Now batting for the Senators.
One last chance for Southern Maryland. The score 6-5 from Frank Mann Field. New pitcher in to try to make the save is Paul Whitcop. He's got one save to his credit so far this year. First pitch misses outside. Each pitch so important. The 1-0 bounced foul. 1-1 to McHugh. This has been a back and forth game so far. Senators led it off by scoring 3 in the first, responded by 4 runs from the Aces. The pitch is down in the dirt for ball 2. Senators tied it up, took the lead with 2 runs in the fourth before Alexandria tied it in the bottom half of that inning. Took the lead in the 7th. That leads us to now. Hard hit on the ground to third. Harity comes up with it, throw across the diamond is in time, 1 gone. It was a hard hit ball off the bat of McHugh. A great play by Harity. He hit the dirt for a moment before popping up and making the throw across the diamond. And here's a dangerous bat for your Senators. Homered last night, doubled earlier this evening. The first pitch is fouled straight back to the screen. No balls and a strike. Owen DeShazo in the on-deck circle. The pitch. Guy spits on it. A slider outside. Whitcop with an 0.93 ERA has allowed just 1 run in 9 2/3. Guy lifts that one foul. One, two, the count. One away. The pitch. Below the zone, Guy taking. Count evened up at 2-2. Paul Whitcop out of McLean, Virginia. Winds and fires. Outside. Count full. Great plate discipline from Mikey Guy. Whitcop has nasty stuff. Throws out of that sidearm slot. Kicks and delivers. Hit foul yet again. Alexandria leads it by 1. Senators with one last chance. 1 gone in the top of the 9th. Whitcop shakes off his catcher DePaulo. Before nodding in approval, pitch is below the zone. He walked him. Mikey Guy works a walk to begin, to be the first batter to reach in the inning. 1 gone, top of 9. Owen DeShazo up. And to change to announce in the on-deck circle, Ty Smolinski will come in for Kai Queen. But right now, Owen DeShazo at the plate. First pitch in at the knees for strike 1. The Glen Allen, Virginia native, back in his home state with a huge opportunity here, swings through strike number 2. DeShazo struck out his last time up, singled back in the first. Readjusts his helmet, holds the bat up above his right shoulder. 0-2 offering, crushed deep to left field. Back is the left fielder at the track. He hauls it in for the second out of the inning. Man, DeShazo really got into that one, but not quite able to get it out of here. That hands it off to the pinch hitter, Ty Smolinski, into the game for Kai Queen. Queen to this point had a 1-for-4 day, striking out his last 2 times up. The first pitch, he ropes foul. Smolinski yesterday was 0-for-2. Just 1 out away are the Aces. 2 gone in the top of 9, 6-5 the score. Hit off the short end of the bat. Smolinski will reach first. Misplaying it as the first baseman, Maluski. It looked like a sure thing where they would get an out. It was an easy play for Kevin Maluski, who misplayed it over at first. And Ty Smolinski reaches first and second for the Senators. Maluski was trying to say that the ball was foul before he touched it. The umpires will come on and meet. This will have huge implications in this ball game. It'll either be a 2-strike count to Smolinski or first and second for the Senators with a new batter up to the plate. Pinch hitter for the Senators for P.J. Hughes, and they rule him safe at first. 2 guys on for Southern Maryland. Silas Boris the pinch hitter into the game for Southern Maryland. He got the start at short last night and comes in late in this one. Boris in yesterday's ball game was 0 for 4, struck out in all 4 trips to the plate. Has a chance to erase all of that tonight. First pitch as a slider at the knees for strike 1. Hughes was 0 for 2 with 2 walks to this point before being taken out of the ball game. The catcher, DePaulo, will go have a chat with Whitcott. First and second for the Senators. Boris up in a huge spot. Southern Maryland trails it by 1. Top of the 9th inning. Whitcott peers out at second. The 0-1 offering is inside for a ball. The tension is high in Alexandria. The pitch catches the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes to Silas Boris. 1 strike away. They're clapping at Frank Mann. Let's go Aces chant being led. The 1-2 swings and misses down in the dirt. Throw down to first will retire the side and bring an end to the ball game. Aces win it. A back and forth battle ultimately sees Alexandria coming out by a score of 6-5. Senators have dropped 2 straight, but by no means did those 2 games look the same. They really battled tonight, and you got to give it up for head coach Scott Middleton, who gave his guys a real fighting chance this evening. They fall just short at the hands of the Aces. We'll be back tomorrow against the Bethesda Big Train. We'll have TV coverage of that one from Waldorf. 6-5, your final from Frank Mann Field in Alexandria, Virginia. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.